Today what we're going to do is review absolute value. We've been learning about it in our previous lessons, and the purpose of this video will just be a little review so we can become more comfortable working with absolute value. So the first thing we need to remember is the absolute value is a measure of distance, and the next thing, and it's related to distance, is the absolute value is always positive. So when you think about absolute value or a distance, whenever you measure a distance, it's always positive. You know, when you're thinking about the distance between two towns, you always say, well, it's 10 miles. You don't say, well, it's negative 10 miles from here to the next town. Because distance measurements, they're always positive, and that's the same with absolute value. So if we think about it on a number line, if we want the absolute value, say, of -2, well, that's actually just the distance from 0 to -2 on the number line. So that would be 1, 2. See that? That's just a distance. We're not really worrying about the negative sign there. We're just worried about how far it is from 0 to -2 on the number line. So the absolute value of -2 then is a +2, because it's +2 from 0 to -2 as a distance measurement on the number line. A few more problems here. Let's say, what's the absolute value of -3 plus 5? Well, the first thing we need to do is work inside the absolute value, and these bars here, they just represent absolute value. That's what those means. It means you need to take whatever is inside here, take the absolute value of it. So we know -3 plus 5 is 2. The absolute value of 2, and that's an easy one, that's just 2. And what that represents, again, is how far is 2 from 0 on the number line. And that's a distance of 2. So this 2 is actually a distance. We have, let's say, the negative absolute value of 55. So this one's a little different because we have a negative sign out front. So the first thing we need to do again is work just inside the absolute value, so that would be just 55, but we can't just ignore this negative sign since it's outside the absolute value. We have to bring it along with us in the answer. If it was inside there, it would just turn to positive, but since it's outside, we need it in our answer as well. So our final answer would be -55 for this one. So that's just a little bit of review for absolute value. Hope that helps you out a little bit.